It is finally time. So I don't know how long we're finally back. I was way overdue to finally go back to the Pyramid Scheme. It's been so long. So is it working? Hi Santiago, how are you doing? I'm gonna check to make sure that the reading the Twitch chat also works. Yep, we're all good. It's been a while. Today we're going back to one of my oldest bits. Doing good, doing good. People who have seen me since the beginning of camp know about the pyramids. And otherwise, I will be more than happy to talk about the tales of the pyramid scheme. I've been excited to make progress on this again. It's been a long time. Like, I did not get to work on this at all during phase 2, so I'm excited I get to work on it again. It is probably one of the most insane bits that anyone's done on this server. It's like not insane in the cool or anything way, just insane as in you need help kind of insane. Hi Saxo Sweet, how are you doing? We're back to taking down the pyramid scheme after so long. Phase 2 prevented us from working on the main story. We had to do the side quest for way too long. Also, I found out that there's someone who's made a bit of progress for me in the pyramid scheme. Like, not a ton, but enough for me to notice. But it might be just because I know how I work, and I'm a bit insane, like the kind of, okay, you're a bit crazy kind of way. Like, you need some help. But someone I think was very desperate for sand. And took quite a bit. Like, it is to the point that I know someone was here. But considering the fact that I was trying to do this as a solo project, slightly annoyed. Slightly annoyed about it. But honestly, compared to what we've dealt with last phase, this is nothing. Still have quite a bit to go before the bottom of the pyramid, though. I think we're gonna be able to do it this phase. At least I hope so. Like, I think that right now my inventory at least is way cleaner, so it's probably gonna go a bit more smoothly. But the problem is, I think I'm gonna struggle with having enough chests. Well, to be fair, there's a lot that people took from the chests, so I think it might be okay. So, oh, I see what's going on. No, I don't know why the music is not working. Oh, wait, I think I might have an idea why. Why the starting soon music isn't working. Yeah, I think I know. I'm gonna have to fix that later. I know that the playlist, once we're out of the starting soon screen, is gonna be fine, but for now, okay. Now it is time. We're continuing with this. Yeah, because like I basically go like row by row. And I know that the outside is all sand. So like the fact that it currently looks like this means that there's someone who just was very down bad for sand. And basically made progress on this. But considering that like I'm trying to get my Impress Iron badge by basically just taking it all down on my own like this. Slightly inconvenient. Like I'll be very mad if that would be the reason why I wouldn't get the badge. I'll play it that way. I would be excessively mad and probably would quit the server straight up. Because what is probably like a 30-minute thing from someone is not gonna... shouldn't take away from the amount of hours spent on this. But yeah, everyone remember that pyramids are evil. That anyone who defends pyramids should be questioned. At least fake desert pyramids. We really should have just had Golurk. Remember everyone that this is all Iman's fault. We could have had a good time right now, but instead we have to make a statement. So actually, let me start by just placing... I don't know why I'm keeping the shulkers on me when I can just place them right now. There we go. So I finally upgraded today from a Fortune 2 pick to a Fortune 3. I was way overdue. Also, I thought I didn't realize that like I was originally going to start stream at 2, so I'm surprised that like I got distracted for that long. Like the thing is anyway, I don't really mind it too much because I know that usually for this the main limiting factor is the Paxel's durability anyway, so like when I run out, I think I might spend some time maybe hunting for rufflets. Well, first of all, finding a spot to hunt for rufflet. Because I'm gonna need quite a... Because there's a TM I want to find. The best way to find it is gonna be from rufflet. And I figured that if I'm gonna be looking for a bunch of rufflets, I might as well try to shiny hunt it. So that might be what I'm gonna do to try to replenish a Paxel. Or at least part of it. I'm gonna have to start also preparing for the events this phase. Like I know I'm supposed to make... Well, first of all, a pit and... what was it? Honestly, despite the fact that there's no quest this phase, I think it might be my busiest phase. But mainly because the second phase was just so mind-numbing that honestly... I could not do much. Like, there was a lot I wanted to do, and there's still a lot that I want to do, but I haven't had the chance to because the Phase 2 quests were way too grindy. And if the Phase 4 ones are still just as bad, I think I might not even bother. Like, even if this phase, honestly, probably is going to be the best phase, I might not even bother. Yeah, I'm honest. Like, I've seen the events this phase. I think that Mox and Jimneys are probably going to be very sick based on what I've seen. But the ones that are actually planned by Aman, I don't really know how I feel about it. Like, I feel like from what I see, the Cobblemon Gladiator, I might have a clue on what it is. And if it is what I think it is, I think I'm not even going to be able to participate. Like, even if I show up, I think that I'm not going to be able to do it because of the fact that I'm playing in VR. Because like I can't hit anything while riding Pokemon, and I think that that's might be the main thing of the event. So that would be unfortunate. The Elimination Island event, I think I might have a clue on what it's gonna entail, and if it is, I'm not really that excited about it because I feel like there's gonna be too many events that are gonna be like try to catch Pokemon in the short amount of time, and then battle with whatever you caught. Like, it's not something that I hate. It's not something like it's not my favorite way of battling, and the fact that we'd have like 3 in the span of 2 weeks is a bit much. That's how I'll put it. And for the camp face-off, I think I won't even be there in time because like I saw it starts an hour earlier than most of the other events during the weekend, and I'm probably not gonna be back from work. Or at least, if I'm back from work, there's no way I'm hopping on without eating. Especially if I'm probably gonna have to just move quite a bit physically. Yeah, I need to eat first. So I'm probably gonna be quite late. Which, yeah. So honestly, this phase might just be the only way to take advantage of, like, to make the most of this phase is by just doing whatever I want. At least at this rate. Which ironically might be better than phase 2. Like, even when they did the safari event, my first reaction was, oh, yeah, that was fun, but when they said, oh, yeah, we might do a second one, my thought was, cool, but I don't think I'd participate in a second one. So knowing that there might be 2 different events that are just basically going to be 2 more of almost the exact same thing is just, I don't know. Then again, like, it's very easy for me to say that without knowing what the Elimination Island event is actually going to be about. Like, if the Elimination Island event is exactly how I expect it to go, I'm sorry, Birdu, but I think I'm going to skip your event. Nothing personal. It's just a bit too many. I'll also say I'm quite happy that this schedule feels like the most relaxed one so far. But it is a bit it's also weird that it feels like most of we've got a lot to do is basically concentrated in the first few days of the phase, and yet here I am procrastinating on all of it. Last night was sick though. We played Mafia. I played Mafia with a few, mainly the counselors, but a few, one other member of Turtwig and then a few Whoopers. That was fun. Probably one of my favorite nights on the server so far. Finally, I got to join in on some of the fun. Because, honestly, I'm not saying it's on purpose or that they're trying to. Because, honestly, it does feel like I've also just not been putting myself out there. So that really doesn't help. It feels like I've been missing out on most of the cool stuff that have been going on. And so honestly, like, if that's how I feel, like, I think it's on me to try to fix it. Like, be the change you want to see, honest. That is probably, like, the best mindset to have about it. And honestly, that's really what I'm going to try to do this phase. Like, I already was planning on using that phase like that, but with the way the phase is designed, yeah, for sure. It's a bit unfortunate that, like, I'm probably, at the end of the day, I'm only going to be I only have participated in only one camp clash because I had to miss a second one, and then there's none this phase. And honestly, if I had to guess, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I probably would have wanted to participate in a clash over the Elimination Island event anyway. Like, I'm making way more assumptions than I probably should about the event, though. Or we'll see. Pyramid is not gonna live. Like, at least I wanted it to be down by the end of the phase. Like, that was my goal from, I think, the very moment I decided to start doing this. I wanted to make sure it was done before the start of phase 4. Like, I'm really disappointed I couldn't do much progress on it during phase 2, but that just means I'm gonna go hard on this phase 3. Like, it's very unfortunate because fishing was, like, the perfect way to, like, use a downtime from, like, low durability to fix a Paxel, but I just had to lock in too hard on fishing, unfortunately. To the point that I could not necessarily do much progress on this. That's fine, because this is gonna change. Wait, is there... Okay, no, there is space in my inventory for that cobblestone. Or just that I was out of range. Cool. We're gonna have quite a lot still, though. Like, see, knowing what I've got left, like I said, durability is probably gonna be the main thing. Like, that's gonna force me to take breaks. Honestly, like, that is probably, like, the main thing that makes it bearable. The fact that I'm limited by the Pexel durability means that I'm forced to take breaks, so it's just like, it's not just I'm doing this and literally nothing else. It's okay, I know what I'm gonna do for phase 4. Remember that if you were there yesterday, they talked about one villain. Oh, hi Toasty, how you doing? Oh, that's cool. By the way, Toasty, how did you enjoy your weekend? How did you enjoy your weekend? Yo, let's go, Oricorio. This phase is gonna be the fun phase, by the way, Toasty. You've been warned. I know, Toasty. Like, it's so sad because like the rest of the race was so good, and then it just had to end like that. Like, the rest of the race was so good, and then that. Oh, so were we. I can't imagine. Like, the one lap shootout would have been sick, and then no. We were robbed. That would have been such a good ending. Oh, normally you're allowed on the track? Okay, yeah, that is... Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, that really sucks. Yeah, that's insane. Doing their absolute best to make sure that people don't come back at that point. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, like, where were your seats? Because I was wondering, like, are you in the Lando section or somewhere else completely? Oh, okay. I'm honestly pretty happy that yesterday there wasn't much, like, to do for Camp coming back, because that... Oh yeah, it was. That was good. Because basically what, like, with my new job, basically I got home, managed to get to watch half of the Grand Prix, then had to come on, like, I had to log on here for the start of phase 3. Thankfully there wasn't all that much, and I could just basically had to be, like, I didn't stream because I wanted to finish a Grand Prix. As, like, I was hoping that it wouldn't last, whatever they had planned didn't last too long, so I could just finish a Grand Prix. Something stuck in my throat. Sorry. There we go. Hi Pep, how are you doing? So basically I just didn't stream because I was my plan was, okay, if it doesn't last too long, I'm just gonna be there for what I'm need to be there for, and then just go finish a Grand Prix. And thankfully I got to go back fairly quickly. I think I was only on for like an hour. Okay. And then yeah, I actually had to stop literally middle of it. Then got to finish it. And then I found out no quest, no more Dondozo, no more excessive grind. Well, actually, no, it is still a lot. There's still a grind, because obviously, this is the grind. This phase, this is the grind. We're taking down the pyramid. We're taking down the pyramid this phase. Like, I will make sure that this is over this phase. But outside of that, like, nothing that, like, no mandatory grind. I'm also gonna make sure I finish my base, because I have a very funny thing I want to do in my base. And yeah, I agree, Toasty. Great race that was just ruined by the ending. And for context, Pep, basically the reason why I'm taking down the pyramid is out of protest. Because Golurk is not available on Camp Cobblemon's map. Golurk only spawns in ancient cities, jungle pyramids, and desert pyramids. So I was very hyped when I found out that there was a pyramid in the desert. But it's not the desert pyramid structure. And none of the other ways that Golurk can spawn shows up on this map. So out of protest, I decided I will take down this scam. This pyramid is a scam. And I started calling it the pyramid scheme, because what else would you call a pyramid-shaped scam? Sounds good, Toasty. Obviously, I won't check right now, but I'll take a look later. So, a reminder that every on-it camp has one common enemy, and it's not the opposite camp, it's Iman25. So, oh my god, I think I need even more water. I don't know what's going on with my throat today. Actually, not necessarily today, but right now. That was a bit weird. But I think it's better now. Yeah, like I was saying, at least like this grind, like my favorite part about this grind is I'm forced to take breaks because of the durability. And there's no way I'm gonna make multiple Paxels. What I will say is what my current plan with my base is probably gonna be one of the most unique ideas anyone's seen in Minecraft. I don't certainly mean in a great way or a bad way, but I don't think anyone's ever seen anything like that. At least, though, most people who've heard of my ideas seem to be quite a fan of it. It's funny and cursed at the same time. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Oh, yeah, no, I don't know, it's just... My throat was a bit weird. Like, I think there was, like, something that got stuck a bit. And then I think I'm good now. I don't know. I don't know what that was. Like, it felt like, okay, it's no longer stuck, but it feels like there's still something weird about it. But now, yeah, we're good. Like, I just needed a bit more water. Yeah, no, Like, I know that I needed to catch up on sleep, so I definitely slept in today. Went to bed early, slept in, but, like, yeah, I know that health is more important, for sure. it also was a bit unfortunate because like I I wasn't sure how I wanted to make my next video about camp, and we had a whole week basically last week to just do editing stuff. And I think I only figured out on Thursday what kind of angle I wanted to take, so I did not have the chance to finish it. Which is a bit unfortunate considering that like one of my goals with camp was just to become faster at making videos, but I think I'll figure it out. Like I still think that comparatively to like what I typically do, I think it's gonna be a bit faster. I enjoyed London when I visited, but Silverstone was definitely the highlight when I went. Like, I made sure that, okay, if I'm going to be in the UK, I'm definitely going to visit Silverstone. Like, I don't care if it's not the Grand Prix weekend. I'm at least going to check the museum. And honestly, it was worth it. I probably enjoy. It's very crazy to say. I think I might have enjoyed it even more than Worlds. At least Worlds that year. I don't even know which Worlds I would say I'd consider my favorite. Probably 2018. Like the first time definitely felt probably like excessively special. Although 2024 was also great. Like, I don't know, the fact that I mentally accepted that, yeah, this is the last time I'm gonna do it, made it so that, like, I took advantage of the experience as much as I could. Like, more than probably the other times. I mean, to be fair, like, it is sad when it comes to the racing experience. Actually, it depends on if you've, like, if you've got a roof or something in your section, but otherwise, like, as a spectator, at least it feels like it's gonna be less bad. At least like when my brother went to Montreal for the race. Actually no, he wasn't there for the race. He was only there on qualifying day. He said, no, yeah, like it was raining that day. It was I think 2022. Was that the one where like it was the year where Alonso got qualified second with Alpine? In the rain, and he was saying like, oh yeah, they were miserable, like at least like when it comes to like enduring the weather, but outside of that, like it was just so sick. His friend had, well, his friend had a friend who had to cancel for Saturday. So that's how he managed to go. Yeah, I think it was 2022. Oh yeah, I remember. You know what weekend Vancouver 2022 was? Monaco weekend. And I remember just going, oh, okay, it's fine. I'm not going to miss anything. It was like one of the only Monacos where something happened. Because that was when Ferrari did the disaster class. It was just like, oh, I missed one of the only Monacos where something happened. Yes. Remember, qualifying for Worlds is more about having the time and money than actual skill. No matter what people tell you, that is just the simple truth. There's a reason why I never even tried until I was in my 20s. That's because I did not necessarily have the means to travel before that. Like, I probably would have been good enough. Oh no, it's not especially EU. It's the same everywhere except, where again? Except Japan. Like, you did not get to say especially EU to me when we... Canada has it even worse. Canada has it even worse because we have our whole circuit designed around people, or it costs them about half of what it costs us to travel. Half at best. And I'm not saying it as in EU has it easy, no. Just that, no, it is just a universal problem. It's a universal problem of the circuit. Canada, if you're not from Toronto, is basically just starting 2 steps behind from everyone else. At least, especially now that it's top X. Like, when it was just, like, reached a certain amount of points, it wasn't as bad. Like, I'm not gonna say it was easy, but it was... You did not need... You did not... Money was not the main factor as much. Like, the last year before they changed to top 75 or top 80, the best results in NA at Worlds were people who will not qualify under the current circumstances. The 2 out of the 3 best, no, actually, the 2 best NA finishers, or 2 out of the 3 best, would not have qualified under the current system. Like, there is a reason why I keep jokingly saying it is harder to make it to a regional than actually doing well at one. Yeah, I'm very disappointed, Toasty. Very disappointed. I think we had that discussion before. But there is a reason why you often hear about people doing excessively well at their first regional. It's not because they're just prodigies that just picked up the game and did well. It's just that they've been playing for a long while and then they just never had the opportunity to attend a tournament until that point. Or at least, never had the opportunity to attend a tournament until that point. Like, most of the time, the people who just won their first regional, there are people that, like, if you followed the scene online, you already knew that they were very good. Like, they usually had been around for a while and it's just, oh, finally, they just get to attend something. What am I looking at there? Are we finally slowly getting through this layer? It is funny to me how this does, like, how long this takes. Also, by the way, there's a very funny thing that recently started at camp for this phase. They started a plushie gacha. Like, you can spend a certain amount of camp coins, and you can pull for a gacha for a plushie, and you can only do it once a day. Yeah, exactly, Toasty. And you know what I've decided to do? Like, I don't really care about the plushie gacha, especially because I want to use my camp coins for other things. So I've decided, because there's people who want to pull more than once a day, I charge them to pull, like to use my daily pull, and then they keep whatever I get. So they basically get a second pull in a day. And I just make money and make people waste theirs. Because there is an auction confirmed, like, next Friday. So I'm just trying to get money for that. And ideally, make people waste theirs. You see, it's a win-win. I see why Jaiba started a casino. This is how you win with gambling, kids. You don't gamble yourself, you enable the addictions. You sound like you would be one of my clients. I'm trying to not make my business too obvious just in case. And also because I think keeping it underground makes it funnier. But I already have a few clients. I even have other people who also have joined in on my business. I've got some subcontractors. We don't charge a lot because the pulls at the gacha are expensive anyway. So like, I don't necessarily want it to be too expensive for them. Like, I only charged 10 camp coins and the pull itself costs 75. Like, they have to pay 75 to get a nickel to be able to pull. And I only charged 10. 10 more. To be able to get the second pull in a day. Limiting people from spending too much? Yeah, no, let me fix that. Iman was talking about being in too much debt. Yeah, no. And he wanted camp coins to get out of debt? Don't worry, I'll get him out of debt. I need to see where the spots that people found, because I know that there's a few chests with nickels in them. Or at the very least, at least one, but I never found it. I should try finding it. And maybe sell mine. Like, as part of the I might start a loyalty program where if they buy my services enough, I just sell them the nickel, and then just let them get the pull for free too. Like, just they buy the nickel from me instead of from the box, and then they get the pull for free. I think that might be what I'm gonna do. I really hope you're accepted, Toasty. I really hope so. Also, a lot of people at camp, like a lot of the Origins people that are participating in camp are finding out that I'm way more Obsidian coded than they thought. Like, you've heard my business. That's already a... You've heard my business. You've heard what my business is. You've seen what I've done with Dondozos. You hear my future plans with... If you hear my future plans with Iman, you're gonna find out that, yeah, no. it is truly a mystery how I was in the how I was put in the pond. I'm not changing. I'm making that very clear. I'm not changing teams. Like, if Team Obsidian wanted me, they should have fought for me in the first place. I applied for Obsidian and was put in pond. Tosi, how do you think I felt with the Dondozos? Did you hear how many Dondozos I caught in the end? 157. I had 157 Dondozos in my boxes when the quest was over. I, on my own, beat the entirety of what Camp Whooper caught, the amount of Bagons that Camp Whooper caught on my own. That's how locked in I was. Like, I was so confident that we had it, that I was not even scared of telling them what we did the night before we submitted the quests. Because I knew that, okay, even if I tell you now, you're in trouble, you're not winning. Not gonna lie, I will say that I'm very happy that I did not even need to have a good portfolio to be accepted for Origins. Like, I am to prove that you don't need to be a good builder to make it in, but I know that, like, I'm the exception, I'm not the rule. Like, you basically have to be as much of an outlier as I was. Which, honestly, good luck. Yep. But you see why I was burnt out from the quest in general, though, after that phase. When you consider that and you realize that, wait, that is just insane. And the worst part is, I did not fish anywhere near as much as I could have. Because I made a lot of bait, and then we had our bait stolen from us, and then I had to compensate for the loss. I had to make more bait so that we could go back to fishing. And until the mistake was corrected and we were given our bait back. But still. It also didn't help that Mock basically broke the star farm that I had on Big Sprout and was completely decided to just completely deafen the moment we asked, where can we set up a new farm? Which honestly kind of... So basically, to make up for it, I ended up going, okay, whatever, I'm gonna make my own farm. I'm gonna take an entire evening to make my own farm instead. I'm gonna make sure that, yes, I will not struggle with starve berries for the rest of the server. And yeah, I will not struggle with starve berries for the rest of the server. Hi, Zopi. Good luck with you. Good luck, by the way. I heard that the results are coming out very soon. Like, sometime this week. Don't know when, but I heard soon. And you too, Toasty. I agree, Toasty. I think that, like, for VGC, you're probably the second outlier we've had that they've had so far, if I had to guess. Because my friend I talked about before ended up not applying because they saw they did not have Minecraft Java, saw the cost and went, okay, yeah, no, like, as cool as it would be to participate, I think it's a bit too much for me right now. which honestly, very valid. Oh, that would... Oh, that would... Ooh. What would be what would the Dunsparce Evo be called? I still can't believe that we saw Dunsparce evolution in Gen 9. I'm very happy. I still like Dunsparce more, but I'm still can't believe we got the Dunsparce in big 2022. I mean, you're right, Toasty. It does sound like, it might sound arrogant, but is it? But it is just a. It is like, you can back it up. You've backed it up. I won't be surprised if there's a day where I actually end up battling on, or I actually lock in on Origins when it comes to battling. But that day is not yet. I need a compelling reason to do it. Like, it's crazy right now to me how I've participated in as many single battling events as double battling events in Camp Cobblemon, despite the fact that it's a doubles focused event. That is an insane evolution method. That is insane. Hi, Exardio, doing good. Yeah, it feels like there's so... I feel like the ability changes also might seem a bit much. Like, it feels like it's going a bit too against the whole design of the Pokemon. Which obviously it sometimes happens, but it feels like there's a lot there. Then again, like, I don't know what I don't know how much its move pool would change, so it's a bit hard to say much more than that. And Xardio, honestly, it feels nice to be able to work on this again. Like, after the fact that I had to spend 2 weeks with zero progress on this, it feels nice to be able to make progress on it again. Like, there hasn't been too much progress, but finally I get to fix that. There's no quest this phase, so I get to make a lot of I'm hoping I get to finish this phase. I also know that I'm probably going to want the shiny hunt to get some... I know I'm probably going to want the shiny hunt to be able to get some coins. Because I know that, like, there's an event where we need to catch either people's favorite Pokemon shinies or their least favorite Pokemon shinies. Like, if you lock into one path, you can't switch to the other, and I'm picking people's favorites. So I'm probably going to try to get some... to get a decent amount of camp coins, because there's an auction happening at the end of the phase. U-turn with the fact that it gets those stats and regenerator sounds absolutely busted. And one thing I want to do soon is I want to start working on. Actually, I already have started working on my base, but I'm probably going to be spending more time on that. But I want to do most of it off stream. I'm already going to be spending a lot of time building on stream once I get back to Origins. So for now, I'm going to spend it mostly off stream. Also because there's a few things I want to keep as a surprise about the base. Like, I think there's a lot of insane things in there, like, not insane, like, in an impressive way, but insane, this is extremely funny, you're kind of crazy for doing this more than anything. Like, about basically the same thing as taking down this giant pyramid by hand. Like, the same level of, the same kind of insanity. Not gonna lie, I don't remember too much about Ouroboros' mythology, so no, I do not have any better ideas. And I mean, sometimes you don't necessarily need to give a good big boost in base stats. Don't Scizor and Scyther have the same base stat total, or am I remembering wrong? I think they do. And that never stops Scizor from being good. Let's be real. I mean, it's not just the fact that it's gimmick. It's more that they knew that its base stat total was already good enough that you did not necessarily, they did not need to give it a boost. Yo, wait, a wild braviary? Please, it would be really funny if I got exactly what I wanted here. You know? Just something that I want from this guy. And it sure would be great if I did get it. Well, rest in peace, Cyclizar. Wait, that guy gives attack EVs. I'll take that. What are those moves? Okay, I'm gonna need to give actual moves to do my Metagross. Oh. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take Brilliant switching in. Please, please drop the TM. Please, drop the TM. Nope. Tragic. Well, like I said, we're gonna be shiny hunting for that evolution line once the Paxel is low in durability. That's probably what we're gonna be doing to repair it. So I'm gonna have to spend some time probably just cleaning up the chests so that there's a bit more space. Also, I might go on an adventure to get some of the materials I need for my base. Sounds good. See you, Xardio. Thank you for tuning in. Because like I do have some materials that are gonna require me to travel quite a bit, and I might do that on stream. Like I might want to build an aquarium, and I might have to go in the middle of the ocean to look for coral. And that might be cool. I'll just say there's a lot of plans. This phase is when I do everything. Then phase 4 is when I really turn it up. As Cap said, I'm gonna make the craziest things. Hi, Soda. Yep. I am crazy. Yes, I would do that. I've basically done everything I can in Cobblemon except, well, that I can actually do in VR. And this is one of those. I'm taking down the pyramid, these pyramids. Because, fun fact, I can basically only fly on Golric. And Golric spawns in ancient cities, jungle pyramids and desert pyramids. And this desert pyramid is not the structure. So I can't, Golric doesn't spawn, and out of protest, I'm doing this. I'm taking it down by hand. Block by block. There are hammers, but I'm trying to get, there's a badge that we can earn by impressing the camp director, and I figured out doing this to take down a pyramid that is, this is where the top of the pyramid used to be, and let me show you how low it goes. This is how low it goes, but taking down all of this by hand has to count as something impressive. I tend to be a bit picky when it comes to Fakemon. Like, I think that one of the biggest problems, like, I think that Fakemon is just for the sake of, like, a single player or just more casual thing. I think usually it tends to be nice. I think it tends to be cool. But when other people tend to rebalance the game, I usually tend to have more of a problem because most people are extremely bad at balancing the game. Like, they try to buff or nerf it in a way that's way too extreme, and usually just makes it completely unfun. Like, I think it's just, that is probably, like, the main issue. Like, I think that, like, the creativity that comes from it tends to be really cool. But I think that, like, especially when they actually try to balance it, they tend to be they tend to give a bit too much love to their creations. That's how I'll put it. No, I am not rebuilding the pyramid. Soapy, I'm not doing that. First of all, we already use a lot of the materials that... We already used a lot of the materials from the pyramid to do other things, including the fact that we needed a lot of bottles is one of the big ones. It would be funny, but I've got funnier things to do. Yeah, I agree, Soda. Like, if they change existing mods, I think that it's fine if it's, like, subtle changes, because, like, something that you'd feel like would come from the actual games, like, maybe, like, one or two more moves, maybe slight, and like, when I say slight, I mean very slight stat tweak, but, like, not too much. Like, maybe changing types if you're introducing new types, that makes sense. But when you're just changing the types of existing Pokemon, yeah, I agree. But Zopi, also, like, you think it would be really funny, but the thing is, with that amount of time, I could make a lot of other extremely funny things. Like, you will probably love what I will do with my base. Like, my plan, because, like, there's a badge that you can get for two things that I'm probably going to be showing both off at the exact same time. There's the builder badge where you get a base approved by a camp counselor or the camp director. And there's another one for building a garden that features a Pokemon. And for both of those, I have extremely funny ideas involving both. Like, ideas that I don't think anyone would expect. Like, the only people who knows what to expect are people I've told the idea to, and they never saw it coming. Until I told them. Yeah, I think that... So I think that one thing that's really cool, like, I think that's, like, if you're trying to make people, like, learn changes about a Pokemon, I think at that point, like, it feels better if you're just trying to learn a new Pokemon instead. Like, the info about a new Pokemon instead of just one that's tweaked just because you want it to be tweaked for absolutely no reason. Or sometimes, like, I know that I remember a ROM hack where it was really cool, where you can tell that, like, they understood how the Pokemon was designed with the original games in mind, and then buffed or nerfed it in a way that really fits the original design philosophy. Like, for example, yes, I remember it, Toasty. Like, I think a good example is I remember a ROM hack where they buffed Butterfree by not necessarily giving them busted moves, but just, like, some slightly stronger moves early on. So it would, because, like, since it's a Pokemon that's meant to be strong in the early game and then fall off as the game progresses, it was trying to give it an actual use early game and then just fully accept it. Yeah, no, it's still gonna be bad late game, which I think, like, yeah, you know what, that is fair enough. Like, I think giving it something like Silver Wind early on, like a Fire Red ROM hack, like, sure, you know what, that is fair enough. That makes sense, Toasty, that makes sense. I still don't know what the Oricorio did on that team back then. Then again, Reg Age was basically once I started paying attention less to VGC. Because, like, I mean, honestly, I did not enjoy that format all that much. I was just very lazy when I played it and basically just spammed Rain. So I need to make sure to keep track of the Paxel's durability. I do not want it to break. But we're good. We're still good for a good while. Like, I think we're gonna finish the layer before it gets low. Or maybe close, but I think it's not gonna be close. Yeah, basically before I went live, like I started the stream later than I thought because I was showing Yarrow around since it's still very new. Like he joined the server yesterday. Because we've had a few people drop out or just never log in the first place. Or only log in once. So we were allowed to get a few replacements. And Yarrow and Arden are basically the 2 out of technically 3 because we also got Mini. Yes, Dopey. But we shouldn't get any anymore. Yeah, Yarrow is one of the new campers. Zopi, I had no say in them. To be fair, like I'm very cool with Arden and Yarrow, but it, like I think I've said it before. I basically have zero pull in this. I'm just here. So like, don't look at me about it. I had nothing to do. Like I was never gonna have a word on who was gonna be the replacement. And honestly, Vert knows more people when it comes to Cobblemon, so like, it makes sense. Yes, Mini Wheats. Mini Wheats was our first new addition. He showed up in the middle of phase 2. Mini's goated. Like, I'm very happy that I got to know Mini thanks to this. He's so cool. Honestly, I can say basically the same for everyone I didn't know about before camp. Like, as much as I want to joke, except for him, I-95, no, he's also really cool. Like, the moment that he's not playing the camp director bit, no, or like, he's actually really cool. And the moment that he's not playing the role of trying to torture us and me trying to get back at him in any way possible, he's actually really cool. He's a really cool guy. Like, he understands the role he's supposed to play and he does it really well. Say, Matt. I'm glad I get to work on the pyramid scheme again. There's no quest this phase. I'm finally free. I get to have fun, Matt. I get to have fun this phase. I was gonna boycott the quest anyway. Like, if we weren't, like, if there were still gonna be a lot of grindy quests, I would just boycotted them anyway. That was my plan, at least. But instead, no quest this phase. And by the way, there's gambling now, Matt. Camp Cobblemon has 100% more gambling. And I found a way to win every time. I don't gamble, I charge people to gamble more. Iron Man decided to implement a gacha, and we can only pull the gacha once a day. I'm selling my daily pull to people. Yes, Zopi, Gamba, and I sell my Gambas. I sell my Gambas for profit. Because there's an auction coming at the end of the phase, and I figured that I probably want my money. I want as much money as possible for it. He said it's inspired by the Survivor auction, and I've watched Survivor quite a lot when I was younger. And I know that usually there's advantages that are usually worth it in the auction. If it's the case here too, I want to make sure I have as much. That I'm as loaded as I can be. Also, I need to make more. I need to bring more chests. I think I've got more chests somewhere. Probably back at my currently in progress base. Yes, it always does. Or am I gonna have to take a small break to get more wood? What is this chest? I don't know. Right, I remember what I wanted to do here. Here. Drop one of those. Oh, it's looking small. The pyramid scheme? Oh, it's definitely... There's definitely been progress. Okay, now let me show... This is where the base has been... I've been making progress on the base. This is where it's going to be. It's where the original wheat farm was. My goal is to make sure that the pyramid scheme is going to be gone by the end of the phase. By the way, are the Wooloos? No, the Wooloos are gone. Okay. Wait, what was I looking for again? Oh, yeah. Do I have wood? Wait, yeah, I definitely have wood somewhere. How much? That's gonna work. Not a ton of chests, though, so... I might take down a few more trees. Oh, the Beldam? I found it in the, I was hunting for it in the end biome. And I got this guy. Right, I do have more in the end, I do have, and the thing is, the stuff I've got in the end biome are saccharin trees, and I still need more saccharin for the roof. And no, I'm not making a house in the Bellum Mountain. Like, I did consider in the end biome, but in the... Whoopers have ruined the end biome, so not worth it. And since I got the metagroves, I don't really need to spend time there anymore. I do need more chests, though. I don't know how many more I want. Wait, there should... Yeah, I was gonna say, there should be wood here. Oh, that's spruce. Don't need spruce leaves. Is that oak? I think it's oak. That reminds me, actually. Okay, no, I have the right one. Okay, oak, yeah. Because I'm going to change the garden from... Just to match a bit better, I'm going to change from apricorn leaves to oak. And this is Safi's Mine and Mountain. I should probably get someone modded. So I should probably mod someone so that they could get rid of bots, because there's no way I can do it while in VR. And I'm probably gonna change the garden a bit. I might make it a bit bigger. If that's the case, I probably need to take down this tree. Or make include it as part of the garden, actually. I think that might be the better call, actually. I'll think about it. Oh, this is... Oh, still, right? Yeah, cool. Oh, there's also spruce in here, huh? Yeah. Cool. Okay. Cool. What? Just like the trainer is cool. What did I say? Okay, you know what? That's gonna be good for a bit, I think. Oh, yes. But I'm changing it to just oak leaves. So I should probably see if there's something from... what's it called? Chip that might look pretty cool. But right now that's just part of the schematic, and I'm changing it. I want to do something a bit different. Like, I think that the apricorn leaves with everything else doesn't really fit. Okay, now where... Where do I want to place those? Actually, here probably works. Not like this, though. Let's withdraw this. Let's put it here. Although I think actually I have a few more. When I think about it, I think I have a few more chests back in the Kokiri house. So I should probably move that elsewhere. Okay. Like that. Yeah, that works. Okay, both of those are done with. I'm gonna look with what my options are with Chip, because I think that there might be a few cool things I could do with Chipped for the leaves. And also, I don't want to grow too many apricorn trees. I find them a bit of a pain. At least when it comes to just farming wood and leaves, I find them a bit of a pain. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to start my farms too in the base. Like, at least I'm covered when it comes to starves. And obviously, I'm also set when it comes to wheat. I'm never gonna starve. I'm like one of the only people who are not gonna starve. I'm trying to figure out what I want to use as what I want to do for the superhero costume for this phase. Oh no, Matt, I have like 4 or 5 more stacks. Like I said, I'm not gonna starve anytime soon. Like I don't even need to go through my wheat yet. I even been sending my wheat at Big Sprout as hay bales. Like, I think currently I've got like 4 stacks of hay bales in the wheat chest. Like, I've not been necessarily going that hard on it, but like, I think it also helps going, because like it also gives me my own bone meal independently, so I don't necessarily need to rely on like the farms at Big Sprout and just let people who need it more have them. Like, I am probably the one of the very few people who are not struggling with food at all. It really helps that I'm, like, even though, honestly, a lot of the time it's very annoying trying to get fish from fishing, because they tend to despawn very quickly for some reason. The fact that I'm one of the only people who cleaned up after themselves while fishing helps so much. Because I've not been starving. Especially when food has been such a massive pain, because no one wants to farm for food. Like, Minnie probably was like the one guy who's... Minnie was probably the first person who actually tried to put effort to solve the food issue outside of myself. By trying to just start auto chicken farm. Like, the best part about Chip is just there's so much you can do that looks nice. Like, normally I don't think I'd ever build with diorite, but Chip diorite looks so nice. Like, there's so many things that look nice with Chip diorite. Like, I'm not normally someone who likes to build with, like, lighter colors, but Chip changes my mind. Granite, I think, is a bit slept on. Diorite, I think its uses are quite limited. Like, normal diorite, like, it's not ugly, but it's very... I would not use it that much. I won't lie. But Chip diorite, peak. I just tend to be edgy, so I usually like the darker colors. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah. Durability wise, we're still good for a while. I don't think there's any way we don't finish the layer without any issues. Like, the main thing is going to be how long, because like I don't necessarily want to go to the EXP farm to repair it. Like, if there's other ways I can do it, I'm going to do it. So we're going to see how long it's going to take me to repair it, because like mob farms are not necessarily the most fun thing. Especially when you can't even AFK to wait for stuff to spawn in. It is so mind-numbing. Like, if I would be playing on desktop, I'd probably just be editing while repairing stuff. But I don't even have that luxury. Okay, I will say it, Toasty. I will say... building with birch is basically building in light mode. And I'm saying that as someone who actually enjoys building with birch, but is not a light mode user for anything. I actually use birch a lot for the school on Origins. Matt can confirm. I agree. Like, Matt can confirm, I use birch way more than I'd expect. As someone who I thought I was someone who doesn't enjoy birch, but I actually enjoyed quite a bit. Like, I'm not allowed to be a hater, but that's still not going to stop me from making that comment. I stand by the comment, but it doesn't mean I'm a hater. As weird as it sounds. Okay, we're still good. Sorry, Sandshrew. Okay, I thought I was about to go up one level, but no, thankfully we're not. Oh, this is gonna be a... The next layer is gonna be a bit hard to get started. As you will find out, actually, it depends on how low it gets, but I think it might be quite a bit of a pain. Like, necessarily to just go through it just to get started. Like, once we're started with the next layer, I think it's not going to be all that bad. How did I break that one? Oh, yeah, we're slowly getting close to the end of this layer. Like, so, okay, yeah, we're basically just like halfway usage-wise. It's also nice that I've started working on my base. I finally have my own storage space. That has been nice. I can't believe I survived 2 phases with absolutely no base. I hated it. Like, I would have wanted to start working on it last phase, but the Dozo quest pretty much stopped me from doing anything fun. Like, I won't lie. Like, I'm not gonna say I hated the safari event we did last phase, but I think we might have 2 more of those, and I think that, like, if it's gonna be 2 more of those, I think I might just either not try or barely try for one of them. Just because, like, I feel like it's a bit much. Like, I don't even, like I said, I don't even hate it, but it's just something that I only enjoy doing every once in a while. Like, the whole trying to catch stuff in under an hour, build a team around it, and just... Especially when you kind of have to bottle cap and look for TMs for all of them. And also the vitamins. It feels like it's a bit much. Although, to be fair, I probably should start preparing, like... anticipate and get some vitamins prepared in advance. I still don't know how to make automatic brewers, because that's something I might want to make. True, man. I know. Well, actually, we can take a look at where the height was. Wait, no, not this guy. This guy. Because the looter chest is at the height where it was. Where the top was. 144. Are we gone down 50 blocks? Or more, actually 60. That's insane. And we're not even done. I think there's like 20 more we need to go through still. Like, I think like a height of 20 or something like that. But yeah, we have more done than left, which is nice. Actually, not necessarily, because each layer is bigger than the last. But yeah, I think that finishing this in this phase is very realistic, thankfully. Because like I said, I want to move on to other things. But I also, even more than moving on to other things, I want to make sure that it is actually completed. Yeah, no, and now I'm no longer intimidated. I'm no longer intimidated by looking while I look down. That's something I did. Like, I remember when I looked down at first, it just felt like, am I ever going to reach the end? And I was just, yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, I know, Toasty. I know. Like I said, it does get bigger each layer. But I still think I have more done than left, which is good. Like, even with that in mind. Like, considering, like, height-wise, I'm, like, 3/4 of the way. Like, I know that, like, progress-wise, it's not 3/4. It's still over half, but it's not 3/4. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, I don't know, at least it's not too discouraging. That's like the one bright side about it, is just, it is not discouraging. And the other pyramid feels like it's probably going to be nothing in comparison. Like, I think it's something that might be doable in like one afternoon, probably. And also helps, like, for each individual layer that I start with the middle and then just expand outward, because it just feels like it becomes a bit quicker as we make more progress. Like, I don't know, I think I'm good, like, for the psychology aspect of it, I'm approaching it the right way. So not to get discouraged, at least. And like I said, the fact that I'm allowed / forced to take breaks because of the durability also helps. Oh, I was worried that those would be gone. I still want sand. There's no such thing as too much sand. Especially as we start making more and more vitamins. I'm probably gonna go for a while, like, probably gonna go on a blaze powder hunting spree for a bit. Actually, that might be one of the things I might do while trying to repair the Paxil. Like, there's still a lot I could do. Like, there's a lot of ways I can just repair the Paxil over the EXP farm, because, like, I think the EXP farm is, like I said, the most boring way to do it. Like, sure, it is fast, but there's other things I'd rather do. Like, normally I would have said I'd like to fish, but I've done too much fishing in the past 2 weeks. I might still do some in areas that Dozo doesn't spawn, but, like, I'm not touching swamps anytime soon. Oh my god, this is so close to being done. Like, this is not me. I know that someone touched the pyramid a little, and like I said, I'm slightly annoyed, but, like, I don't see why it would affect me getting the badge from Iron. At the end of the day, the amount of hours spent on this has to count as impressive. Like, it has to be impressive. Like, if it doesn't count, I would probably get mad. Very mad. I have not heard from my lawyer, and also I got multiple people interested in suing Iman. So it's really gonna depend on how ready everyone is for figuring out when the court case is gonna happen. Okay, so, like, yeah, this is not actually gonna be that bad to set up. It looks like for, like, wait, no, this is one too low. Oops. Okay, so basically we want to do this and then this. This is it. Yeah, it's not too bad to set up. Okay, this height isn't too bad. It's gonna be the next one that might be a bit of a pain, but not too much of a pain. Like, we're gonna want to start with just the hole. This is where we caught the Yamask, by the way. Wait a second, I don't even need to replace the other waste toad, actually, because we've got another temp waste toad underneath. Cool, I have a waste toad that's free now. That's cool. And I think that he's gonna get another lawsuit if he doesn't give me the camp director badge after this. I think I might get his girlfriend in on it. Okay, I'm gonna put the waste stone in here. Like here. I forgot what the name of the other spot is called. Or is it not this one? What is that? Oh wait, I think it's one of the what's it called? One of the whoopers. Not Mayan Mountain. Was it Untitled Waystone? Yes. Okay, cool. So let's move this down. Also, I forgot that I have PCs on me because I was looking for a PC I think yesterday or 2 days ago. For I don't remember what. This phase is the phase where I basically go for every insane bit possible. I hope that everyone knows this. Every single crazy plot twist is gonna happen this phase. At least that's the plan. Oh wait, this is gonna be a pain to break. Like, this whole part is gonna be a massive pain to break. Like, I think I know what I have to do. Let's squat. Oh my god. I need to not hit my floor, like my real life floor, while doing this. Exactly, Matt. This is the phase where I get to have fun. Unfortunately for Iman, it is a phase where I get to have fun. Honestly, kind of felt it in my knees. Like, during the movement, a little, but once I was done with the movement, pretty fine. And also just like, I actually hit the floor, like, not hard, and not necessarily with my hand, but with my controller. But obviously, but knowing how expensive those controllers are, it does not feel good when hearing it hit the floor. For now, I just want to break the ceiling, because like the rest is going to be easy to break compared to this. So I want to take care of the part where I need to be careful, so I don't need to be careful after this. Like, I probably don't need to squat this low. But the problem is I don't know. Actually, no, I kind of need to, just because I need to be able to be low enough to actually hit the block. Like, I'm basically like sitting in the L position, like L from Death Note position right now. Which, like, it's not necessarily uncomfortable, it's just, like, at least, like, once I'm there, it's not necessarily uncomfortable, but doing the squat itself is a different story. Cool. Like, this is so slow. And I always get scared a little when I feel the floor while doing this. Well, let's grab this. Let's be a bit more careful. Oh, that is not my Rhyhorn. That is a different, that's Jaiba's Rhyhorn, because basically this phase, like, it's not quite a quest, but there's an event where you can trade people either their favorite shiny or their least favorite shiny, because there's a whole superhero and super villain theme for phase 3 with Mach and Jimny. And if you decide to be a hero, you give people their favorite Pokemon's shiny, and you get 175 camp coins. And Jaiba's favorite Pokemon is Magikarp. I have 3 shiny Magikarps. So I gave him the regular shiny Magikarps, as I have 2 jump variants and 1 regular one. So for the camp coins. And because I decided, you know what? I take down pyramid schemes, I put down Dozos and PC Gel, I think I'm a hero. Like, I think I'm the biggest hero of Camp Cobblemon when you think about it. And I started a lawsuit against Iman25, the person that everyone wants to sue, and united people on that. If that is not heroic behavior, I don't know what else is. Let's be honest. Have you ever seen a bigger hero on a server? Taking down scams, uniting the people against the evil, and stopping Dondozos from running rampant. Especially the Dondozo part. I mean, think about it, Matt. You kind of have to be insane to just be running around in a Halloween costume to all year round. And is that what superheroes do? They're just wearing Halloween costumes all year long. That is insane behavior too. Alright, I do need to grab as much coal as I can because I have once again made the mistake of building with coal blocks. Why do I keep doing this? Wait, actually, is it on here or is it on Origins? I don't remember if I did it here again. Coal blocks are so cool with chipped. I know, I'm not blaming anyone other than myself. I'm really not. Like, at least it's not like I need coal for furnaces. I set up quite a big lava farm in Big Sprout that I've been using quite a lot. So it's not like I need the coal for anything else. So like, at least there's that. So like, it's not like it's just that, yeah, I don't necessarily have a ton of coal, especially because a lot of our resources were stolen. And to be fair, I'm saying I need coal blocks, but from what I remember, if I did build with coal blocks, it wasn't too much, at least. Like, it probably was like 10 blocks at most. Like, I know which area I would have used them in if I did use any. And it's not that bad. Like, it's a very small area in the basement. And I don't think I'm planning on using more of them. Like, I haven't finished planning out a basement, but I don't think I'm going to be using too much more of it. I do have a little bit of self-respect. Okay, from this area on. To be fair, have you seen the chipped coal tiles? They look good. They look really good. And they're like some of the only good looking, very, very dark blocks that don't look excessively obsidian coated. Like, almost all of the good looking ones are too obsidian coated, unfortunately. Seriously though, they look so good. Like, I get why, like, as much as I hate when it comes to actually getting the materials, I get why I use them. Because yes, they do look good. Like, I hate you past me for making that decision, but I can't blame you because yes, it does look really good. Also, I need to remember to pick up the granite because I do use a bit of granite for the basement walls. You see, Toasty, I also respect I also respect granite. So once again, in this, it is with chipped. I will not lie. I love Chip way too much. I'm probably carried way too hard by Chip. I will not try to pretend otherwise. Chip is such a good mod. I love Chip when it comes to building. It might be the mod that has convinced me to learn how to build. Chip is so good. Actually, I can make a quick stop at my base because, like, basically, actually, there's a few I've used Chip both for my personal small base at Big Sprout and for the main one. You know what? Yeah, let's go on a tangent. Hey, those walls are that's that's diorite with chipped. Stacked diorite bricks. The floor also, like, I ended up using a chip variant for the carpet. Both. The floor also. The floor. Dark oak planks mosaic. Yes. Or even if you're less, not necessarily lazy, it just opens up options, but it does give you the option to be lazy. Because, for example, as you'll find out, with the trainer school, like especially the first floor, the outside floor, I basically just use the same block but with a lot of chip variants for the texturing. Or, where is it? Dondozo Bad. I recreated Link's house from Ocarina of Time. And basically I just used 2 different variants of planks to make it look like those are the tree rings. That's the purpose of how I decided to alternate those. What was I looking for? Now we're gonna go back to... Where is Untitled? Untitled Waste Toad. Also, the Ancient City... you might have seen Ancient City as a waste stone. It is not an actual ancient city. Mock thought that maybe we could create an ancient city by going into Deep Dark and placing certain blocks, but it didn't work. And also we decided to troll everyone on the server by intentionally summoning a warden in the Deep Dark to pretend that we found an ancient city. That was really funny, by the way. Yes, you need to play through Ocarina of Time. Meanwhile, I can do randomizers. I love doing Ocarina of Time randomizers. I haven't done one in a long while. By the way, the best way to play Ocarina of Time is Ship of Arcanian. There's so many quality of life improvements that like I can't recommend it enough. So how are we looking like durability wise? Okay, we're still good. This is still a mission I'm only going to do on stream. Yes, I think that it works. No, Ship of Arcanian is in ROM. It's basically... Actually, I think you might need one to extract all of the assets. But it's basically decompiled source code that's just been rebuilt. It has a lot of quality of life, like being able to change the text speed. Oh, what else? Like, there's a lot of very small things that you can tweak to improve quality of life. And for me especially, because like I said, I enjoy doing randomizers, there's a built-in randomizer mode. But yes, I do think that whether it's your first time or you've played it before, I think that Ship of Arcanian is the best way to play it. Cool. Okay, now we're going through this road next. Because at the end of the day, it still plays like the same game. And it does have native controller support, if that's part of the worry. If you're trying to play it on an emulator, like I would also say that like most of the emulators are way less smooth, like control wise. Like after playing Ship of Arcadian and trying, I think it was because I was trying a like combined Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time randomizer on it, and I could not play on N64 emulator after playing Ship of Arcadian for too long. I do want to do a Majora's Mask randomizer at some point. Like I know that the team behind Ship of Arcadian also made a port for Majora's Mask, but back when I last looked into it, there was no built-in randomizer mode, so I was just waiting. Yeah, Majora's Mask is so fun. So I need to remember to keep taking a look every once in a while at my durability. Like right now, nothing to worry about. So, okay, but yeah, my inventory is still looking fine. So it's so funny to me how right now, like, this pyramid, definitely taking a long time, but the other pyramid, I genuinely think I'd be able to clear it in one afternoon. Oh my god, this gravel is so nice. It's so quick. Like compared to everything else, it is so quick. Also, I thought I'd be running into Deep Slate. I'm kind of glad I'm not. Trying to remember if I need Deep Slate for my base though. Because I feel like I might. There's probably someone in our camp who has Deep Slate to spare if I had to guess. Like, so many people are set up in caves that there's no way. You know? True. Although, honestly, I'm kind of glad that there's no Deep Slate, because I know that it's going to start slowing down a lot the moment that it is. So, you know. If we're not going to run into any, I'm really not going to complain, because otherwise I'm probably going to be running into more Deep Slate than what I need anyway. And if I do need Deep Slate, it's not like it's going to take that long. Anyway, I'm pretty sure there's like a few chests completely full of it. Even just in Big Sprout. Like the thing is, there are some chip variants of cobblestone that look really nice as a dark block anyway. Yeah, but Matt's theory is that like this is just the normal ground that's just been pulled up, so there might have been something like there might be some distortion. Which is not necessarily a reach if you ask me. But this is gonna take a while to repair. Like, I keep forgetting that Paxel does take a while to repair. I'm gonna have to find. Actually, I do have a way of. It's one of the ways where I can repair it. That's not gonna be too bad. I hope you're wrong, Matt. I hope you're wrong. But I would not doubt it. It would be something Iman would do. Just remember everyone to always blame Iman for everything that goes wrong. Also, Matt, why is the pond so poor? It was so funny because yesterday Mock was saying that he really wishes that bottle caps were on Origins, and I was telling Mock, you know, Obsidian really doesn't care because they have a good Skulk farm unlike us. Most active Origins member. It was wild last week hopping on the server and seeing that no one was on. That was just so weird. But yeah, like, next video I'm gonna be telling the story about the Clash 1 guard chomp, which was still one of the funniest stories of camp, and at least one of my funniest stories from camp, just from being purely accidental. And honestly, it's gonna work quite well as probably a setup for Phase 4. But like, I've been thinking of like, can I make any videos about Phase 2? And it's kind of crazy how boring my Phase 2 was, because I might only have one thing that I could make a video of for Phase 2, and it would be the fashion show. Like, that's how little there's been for Phase 2. Like, I don't think that any of the events have much that really work. And the filler is just fishing for Dondozo. And while there's a few funny stories that, like, here and there, I don't think there's any like overarching storyline. Like, there's not anything that for me would make a good video. Like, I could make a good video out of, especially when it comes to like, I don't necessarily want to dox people's info, because like there's quite a bit of conversations where it's just like info that like I don't really know if I want to share that on the internet about other people. Yeah, Yaro's on camp. He joined yesterday. Him and Arden. Both of them are new Camp Turtwig members. I've been teaching them the most important things about camp, such as never trust Time 25. Pyramids are bad. And enable people, if you want to make some camp coins, enable people's gambling addictions. Those are the most important lessons to learn, especially early on in camp. Also, not gonna lie, I'm not gonna complain about. Actually, now that I think about it, like as weird as it is to see the saccharine planks, I'm not really complaining because, like I said earlier, I do need saccharine. Also, I need to pick up the coal. I should look in the chest and get every single bit of coal I can. Need to take it before other people take it. Oops, picked up the wrong stacks. There we go. One, yes, that one, yes. No coal there, no coal there. None here either. Okay, here there's 2. Thank you, Matt, thank you. I do my best. Oh, I didn't realize there was still room in that one. Oh, I'm getting close to a full stack of coal blocks. Oh, I have a full stack of coal blocks. That's cool. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. I love the fact that I've started putting like the 3 dashes for my waystone names. It makes it so much easier to recognize that those are mine. And yes, that's the reason why I started doing that. That is strictly why. I guess not because well, yes, it technically is because I want to be unique with mine, but just so it's easier to find. I like to act like I'm clever a lot of the time. Also, I don't really need to keep this, like, this water. Cool, cool. Okay, and that was the next part. Also, I will say that insert laugh track here makes way more sense with context as a waystone name. Dondozo Bad is just a funny joke because I made the base while I wasn't at the worst of my Dondozo Bad phase, but the insert laugh track here, it makes a lot of sense when you all are gonna find out why it's named that. It makes complete sense. I will say that, yes, it is a hint based on what my plans are. Oh, is it broken? Yeah, it looks like it is broken. Okay, so it looks like that broke. Is it because the bridge? Oh yeah, that disconnected. So no. Okay, now it should be working. There we go. more. Honestly, I did not expect the Paxel to last this long. Like, I'm not complaining, obviously, because that just means more progress than I expected. But still. Then again, part of it is because we kind of sidetracked, which honestly cool with, considering that, yeah, I know I'll have a lot of time this phase to work on this. Which again, very happy that I'll have the time to probably finish this. Like, I think that the phase 1 quests were basically the perfect thing we needed. And phase 2 was too grindy. Like, I won't even be mad if there's no quest for phase 4. But I feel like they're gonna be back again for phase 4. Phase 2 just had too much going on. And I think Iman figured... because like, I think, based on what I've seen, I think there were plans to have phase 3 quests, but I think he heard like how much people complained about the phase 2 quest that he figured that, yeah, no quest this phase, so you guys get a breather. Because he heard me say that I was probably gonna boycott the phase 3 quest, especially after how the last phase 2 quests went. I was so mad. I was so mad with how the end of phase 2 quest went. Like, especially like the cooking quest was honestly such a highway robbery that even Iman basically reversed the decision because he knew we were robbed way too hard. It was so funny because I think the night before we were complaining about how it felt like almost every single thing, like every single time that the rules were bent was always to be rigged against us. And then the most blatant one happened just after we had complained about it. So it was just like, yeah, no, like even I felt bad. Because he was not the judge on who won the quest. And even he knew it wasn't. Like, as much as he loves the chaos, he knew that, yeah, no, that is not okay. Yeah, no quests. Which is fine, because I was going to boycott them anyway. Like I said, like, even before we found out anything about phase 3, I decided phase 3 is the phase where I'm going to have fun. I'm going to disregard anything that they tell us we should do. I'm just going to do whatever I want. I'm going to become the worst teammate ever. I sacrificed every single bit of fun I could have during the first 2 phases just to be a good teammate and have basically nothing to show for it. Now I've given up. It also doesn't help that I felt like the captain battle was a slap to the face too. Where I did not give a lot. I was not part of the prep conversation a lot, but I basically told 3 things to Casey when it came to prep, and he basically ignored the biggest one. Which was never bring Clefairy to the matchup. You know, it happens. Yeah, he did. Like, well played by Wilson. But he never should have won that. Like, we weren't robbed. We weren't robbed. All I will say is that Macula better reach out to me, or if we lose, this phase again, yeah, no. Like, I will not do it for the team, I will do it for my sake. I will do it for my own narrative. And the worst part is, like, I will not be surprised. Like, you remember Matt how was talking about how, like, I think it's a very I think that Tori might have been way more spot on than I originally thought about people might seem a bit too intimidated to reach. Actually, no, Vert is not. It's not necessarily the case for Vert. Vert actually was not afraid at all to reach out to me. It was just that usually he reached out while I was in the middle of doing something, so I was not necessarily responding in time. But, like, I feel like a lot of people are just a bit too afraid to reach out. Or at least reach out as much as they should. What time is it? Alright, looks like it's gonna be time to end the stream. I'm gonna see if there's someone I can raid into. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll pay. Zora's raided me a few times recently. I want to pay the favor back to her. I think I might be live again tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna enjoy the fact that I can make progress on this to stream as much as I can. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I'll probably be live again tomorrow, so see you guys then.